evening, everyone. Welcome to the virtual Limaland Speedway in Ohio for round number 3 of the TCR Sprint Car Series. We are in the middle of qualifying right now. As we get ready for racing, I want to introduce you to our booth tonight. Obviously, my name is Davis Warren. We thank you for tuning in to Grease Vision tonight. And I've got Nathan Mon with me tonight and potentially Logan Joyner here in a minute. But Nathan, how we doing?
Doing good, man. Good to be back here on Grease Vision. I'm excited to be here with you tonight in the booth. Hopefully watch some sprint cars rip real quick around Limaland.
We're going to see some sprint cars rip real quick around this very tiny racetrack. And not only that, but we're going to see a lot of them too, because we have got our biggest field of the season so far. Over at least 20 entries. It's going to be, more than that, more than double than what we've had the past few weeks. Been averaging around the 10 to 13 range this week. I haven't made the exact count yet, but it's looking like we, maybe 4 heats tonight. So, gonna be a big show tonight.
Absolutely looking forward to it, man. It looks like, I believe with 20 cars, we probably have a couple heats. I don't know if there's any LCQs and stuff set up, but man, that main looks like, based on the laps I'm seeing right now, it looks like it's gonna be pretty exciting. Pretty exciting laps. I know around here, especially, dirt in general, but a short track, it's I'm trying to kind of figure out what groove guys are in. I know we're gonna see them all over the track, but it looks like a lot of people are really trusting that high side, maybe a little bit late exit or lower exit, just to carry a lot of that speed down the straight.
It's going to be such a mystery here. We come from maybe the asphalt side of things, and these bull ring racetracks like this, you really want to be on the bottom. Dirt racing, obviously, much more variable when it comes to where you want to run, but the bull ring type of setting when in such a high power car is going to bring such a big challenge here. So it's going to be exciting to see what comes about. As looks like we've got Gavin Chapman here on the pole right now out of 14 cars that have taken time, followed by Joseph Truskowski, Trent Curtis, Preston Cottrell, and Kenan Lindenberger. I believe that's how I'm saying the names. I believe that's how you say them. And I'll tell you again, I know this is your first race of the season, but we have not seen any of these guys up front so far this year. So, going to be some new faces in a kind of a new environment here. What is that like for maybe some of these guys that have been around for this whole season?
Yeah, some of the guys that vets of the series, and I feel like if I'm them, I'm a little bit nervous seeing these new guys come in and dropping some quick laps. I will say though, this seems like a pretty tight field. Looking at qualifying results, the difference between the pole time and it looks like all the way to the last car qualifying, only about 6/10, which I know at a bull ring track like this is a lot, but still, like looking through the mid pack, some people separated by literal thousands. So I think for one of the guys that's a veteran, got to bring your best tonight, right? You got to show these new guys what the league's about, and give them a run for their money if you can.
Only half a second separating the current pole sitter and last on the field, and Aiden Thornberry. Just a second, a half a 0.55 seconds. That's what I'm trying to say. 16 cars now have taken time. Going to be very interesting. And again, these new guys aren't going to be slow either. It's not like this is the only place to run sprint cars around here. There's a lot of places to go do it. So gonna be a challenge. Looks like Henry Fenson's made his way to third, and that's someone who has been around a lot this year. He's been running having some good runs, but not as good as Lockie Phillips, who's gone back to back in victories so far this year. He is undefeated in the 2026 TCR Sprint Car Series season. So he's fourth right now, and I'll tell you, he wasn't even supposed to be here tonight. He told us last week in Victory Lane that he was going to be missing the next couple races, but he's at least on the grid. So this is going to be interesting as we're getting ready for heat number 1.
Yeah, it should be real interesting. Lockie going to be starting second in this first of 3 heats. Pole sitter Gavin Chatham is going to be starting P1 here. I'm excited for this. I'm definitely, from the break that I took with broadcasting some grease car, broadcasting some of this TCR series with you, Davis. There's some names in here that I know are really fast guys, and it's really speaking a lot to some of the new guys that have come in because these guys that I consider pretty fast are a little bit further down the pecking order, so they got some work to do tonight. Guys I see like Trent Curtis, Matt Grimm, the Grim Reaper. Um,
Yeah,
you know, we've been seeing. I feel like I've called out race wins for both of them. And even Lockie Phillips, not being able to lock in a top three. That's it's gonna make things interesting tonight for these three heats.
absolutely. Well, we are gritting for heat number one. Looks like we've got 6 total cars. If you can pronounce the names, walk us through the lineup.
Yeah, sure thing. So for heat number one, we've got Gavin Chatham starting on pole. Alongside him is Lachlan Phillips. Starting in third is Kenan Leuenberger. In fourth, Kyle Smith. Fifth, Mason Heimbaugh. And sixth, Aiden Thornberry.
There is your lineup for heat race number one, getting the one to go this time by. Pace car getting ready to pull off as we are racing here in heat number one in Limaland.
Big jump there from the inside line there, right behind.
Oh, trouble in the back.
Leader Gavin Chatham. Yep.
Caution's out.
Slow in the back. Yeah. A huge jump there for the inside. Limited contact under caution between Lockie Phillips and not sure who this is.
Let's take a look
Kenan
here.
Leuenberger. Yeah, looks like there was just a hair of contact as they were trying to get back to pacing speed. Don't see any damage on Lockie Phillips' car or Caden's car. Fortunately, that would have been catastrophic to not get even a lap in and to heat number one and junk the car.
Looks like the 6 car in the back just tagged the wall all by himself. Aiden Thornberry. And yeah, he towed it back to the pits completely. Looks like he'll be just getting ready for the future here.
Yeah, not the start you want, but it's not about how you start; it's how you finish. So, maybe there was some jitters there with Aiden, and pressure's off now. Starting in the back yet again, so just got to lock back in and be ready to run some good laps.
Pace car's off. Green flag racing once again.
Single file start. Looks like Cannon's going to go for the high side, try to get the run on the top two.
Gavin Chatham trying to hang on, trying to fend off Lockie Phillips, working lap number 3. Phillips dropping back, going to get some action from Kenan Leuenberger down to the inside.
Cannon put it on Lockie Phillips, gets the pass done. Lockie got the high side run, but slide move complete.
3 wide off of turn number 2 for second. The 42 of Cannon ripping the top. Oh, side by side as we are halfway. Lockie Phillips using that experience on the bottom of the racetrack. Oh, big contact from the 42. Phillips hangs on.
Yeah, it's a big block there for Phillips. Luckily, he didn't get run over and wrecked out as looks like he's kind of struggling to find the groove that works best for him. Seeing a lot of counter steering as all this fighting is allowing Gavin Chatham just to walk away from this group of 3 fighting for second.
Lap and a half to go. Gavin Chapman strolling away from the field as he gets the white flag.
Battle here for third. Cannon and Mason Heimbaugh. Mason looking underneath, contact.
Off of 4. Gavin Chapman's going to win heat race number 1. Lockie Phillips in second. Kenan Leuenberger in third. Mason Heimbaum fourth. Kyle Smith fifth. Aiden Thornberry in sixth. What a race.
Yeah, it was a good race and good on. I like that move from Mason. He gave him a tap there with 1 to go. Let him get back by. I think that's good sportsmanship, especially on the heats, because if something like that happens in the heats and you get to the feature, they're gonna remember that. So it can get really, really heated later on.
It might get heated here in heat number 2 as well. Let us know who's in it.
Yeah, starting on the pole for heat number 2, Joseph Truskowski. In P2, it's going to be Trent Curtis. P3, Kyle Dersham. P4, Matt Grimm, the Grim Reaper. In P5, we got Greg Berryhill. And in P6, Zach Smith.
Pace car rolling off here in Limaland. So we have a pace car here. I don't think I've ever seen a pace car on a dirt track. That's a fun little setting.
I think my favorite is when they have the pace truck and it's like drifting.
Yeah, yeah. Especially like those mile and a halves
it's
where
sight to see.
And it's trying to catch up to the field, and it's just like it's like hitting the wall. Like it's going too fast for its own good, but like it doesn't care. Yeah.
Pace cars, pace trucks, they do not care.
We love it. Well, this one is getting ready to pull off here, and you know, I'm assuming the track work is going to carry over to this next heat. So let's see how this thing develops as pace car is off, and we're racing in heat number 2.
Another great launch to the inside line, and just like we saw at the beginning of heat number 1, looks like Trent Curtis trying to get a big run. Working that high side hasn't really seemed to be the move for so far early on. It looks like that middle is really working good, although Trent Curtis able to secure P3 for now.
Ripping that high side. Someone's got to make that top side come in, and Trent's not afraid to, you know, experiment a little, as he has got a challenge from Matt Grimm for 3rd.
Yeah, the Grim Reaper not going to let him get away with running in the high side too early. Looks like Matt Grimm's going to be able to complete the move on Trent Curtis. Loving that low side.
He's going to make the move on Kyle Dersham here. But Dersham's trying to make a move on Tchaikovsky.
Battle for the lead here is getting tight. I mean, you got Kyle ripping that top, able to get a good exit, but Matt Grimm not letting him have the bottom at all.
Tchaikovsky is loving what he's got behind him as they are battling it out. But here comes Kyle Dersham, going to try to see what he can do here. Coming to 2 laps to go. Can he win this thing?
Yeah, Dersham definitely putting the pressure on, closing the gap to the leader here. Not letting him get away from him.
Tchaikovsky running a fine line here as we get the white flag in heat race number 2. What can Kyle Dersham do on the bottom of the racetrack? It's going to be a battle for the win. The 412 of Tchaikovsky is going to pull away and win heat race number 2 side by side for 2nd as Kyle Dersham hangs on.
Yeah, it looked like Dersham may have had a chance for a look there at the exit of one of the corners, but I think ultimately, and smartly so, backed out of it just to, you know, keep that 2nd. I think it did cost him a little time. It almost brought Matt Grimm back into the picture, but I think it was the smartest move just to kind of back out there. I think similar scenes to what we saw in Heat 1, right, where it's kind of best to just be a little more cautious in these heat races if you're in a good spot.
Well, passing feels like it's such a premium right now with how critical the bottom of the racetrack is. So, you know, once we get to that feature, starting position means everything. So being smart in these heats is going to mean a lot, like you just said. So moving on to heat race number 3 here. Let's see that lineup.
Yeah, so starting on pole for heat race number 3, we got Henry Fenson. Starting in 2nd, we have Preston Cottrell. Starting in 3rd, we have Vince Urieri. In 4th, Seth Gregory. And in 5th, Matt Wiedheffer.
Yeah, I struggle with those names too.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. That's a tough heat.
Still haven't gotten Vince's name right.
Yeah, we got only 5 cars in this heat, so the other ones have both had 6. So it should be interesting.
One to go on. Looks like would be maybe the final heat race of the night, I believe.
Yeah, happy to join back with you guys.
Hey, look at who's here.
Obligations, but I'm ready. I've been listening. It sounds like it's been exciting so far.
Logan Joyner is here as we're racing in heat race number 3. Fenson with another big jump on the field.
And the leaders have just been getting insanely good jumps. And there's contact.
Contact for 2nd. Looks like caution is going to be out here. And I'm going to assume it was between those guys in 2nd.
Yeah, it's a battle there for 2nd. I mean, that inside line just right behind the leader just gets such a good launch off of 4 coming to take the green. I think it just makes that battle into 1 and 2 just so tight every time.
Let's take a look here. Oh, that looks like the 7 car.
Yeah, had a shallow exit there. Maybe the 30. I mean, the 38 had to get his exit off the corner, so Not real sure. It's kind of one of those racing things there.
It might not have actually been a wreck. Might have just had enough damage to where administration. Oh yeah, front wing damage, big time on that 7 machine. Administration likes to throw those cautions just to give these guys a chance to get back in the race, and that might have been what that was.
Yeah, unfortunate there for the 7. Tough to get that damage, with only not even a lap under the belt. But it happens sometimes. But hey, only 5 cars in this heat. Still got some time to make it happen as they're off green again.
Fenson with the lead once again. Vince Guerrieri right behind him with a challenge from Seth Gregory. And Seth Gregory might get the second position here. Not quite. With the big contingency numbers.
Yeah, the huge contingency numbers. Vince trying to hold him off, going wherever.
Well, he's got the preferred line on the bottom here, Seth Gregory does. He's going to maybe take the position here as we get to halfway. Give that second spot to Seth Gregory for the time being.
And something I'm noticing here, in the past 2 heats, we kind of saw the leader pulling away, but, the gap's kind of remaining the same here. Even though Vince and Seth Gregory are both fighting pretty hard, they're still able to keep the gap as it starts to just eke out a little bit now, but it's still not out of the question.
Not over yet as it's 2 laps to go. Henry Fenson still got that big advantage as the leaders have been tonight so far in these heats. White flag this time. Is Seth Gregory going to be able to do anything?
Yeah, really got to send it.
I'm liking how Seth Gregory's utilizing the bottom. I noticed the Fenson was on the bottom, and he really was making a gap difference at the beginning. And then as he moved up the track, it seemed like it kind of equaled out. But he's figured out a line now. But I really liked how Fenson used the bottom there.
Big gap and big win for Henry Fenson as he gets the checkers in heat race number 3. Now, do we have a 4th heat? We do not. All right, that was the last heat. So,
4th heat.
No 4th heat. 17 total cars here that took time. So, still our biggest field so far. So, what do we learn here in these 3 heats?
And obviously track position's everything. It really looked like early on, especially in the first 2 heats, that once people started battling behind the leader, they were just pulling away, and it really never got super close. I think that maybe heat 2 got a little closer than Joseph would have liked, but I think it's just going to be that clean air and not having to battle through people. So my advice to the drivers would be, if you're going to make it pass, make it fast. Because if you don't make it fast, you're going to lose a ton of time to not only the cars in front of you, but give time for the cars behind you to catch up to you too.
Yeah, definitely took the words out of my mouth there, because I was just going to say you're going to have to attack early and attack fast, because it's looking like, our leaders are really fast tonight, and it looks like they're going to walk away quick if you're in a battle for 2nd or 3rd and so on. So I think you're going to have to attack early right off the rip, and it might cause some yellows here. It might be an interesting race.
Track is going to reset. It's going to get worked in before this feature event tonight. I don't know how many laps exactly are going to be in this race. I would imagine it's going to be around the 35 to 40 mark. But we had about, what would you say, 8, 16, 24 total laps there. Around the end of that 3rd heat, the top group was really coming in. How critical do you think it's going to be to be good up top here at the end of this race?
It's gonna be tough. I think, I've seen a lot. I feel like, especially as the track got worn in, I saw a lot of people, either favor one or the other. And by the end of it, I think both the bottom and the top were really working out well. I think the top is going to be probably a little bit more preferred, just to kind of maintain and keep building up speed. But that does leave the bottom open for some of these slot jobs, and I'm hoping for some really good racing here for the feature.
Well, and I'll tell you, if you're looking at practice right now, a lot of these guys are ripping the top. It's almost like they kind of want this thing to come in, trying to really get that worked in. So maybe we'll see it a little sooner in the event.
Yeah, I definitely think the top's going to be more prominent, because it's going to be all about momentum here. Looking like we're going to have a 50-lap feature, so it's definitely, after 24 laps, the track's worn that well. I think it's going to be a slick one by the end of it.
It's going to be plenty of time for that groove to come in, and it's going to be interesting to see how this one shapes out. So just a little bit of time here left in the session. So Gonna be interesting. So we've got 16 total cars here. Starting this one, no cars being sent home. Do not believe. Gonna take a few more than that, but still super happy to see a big field here tonight.
Yeah, I think, we just saw how good the racing was and sometimes how chaotic it could be with only 5 or 6 cars, and now it's time to triple that for the feature race. So I think there's going to be a lot on display here with some good racing. I'm sure we're going to see some cars get into each other as well, as this is for all the marbles. It's not just about starting spot. It's about trying to lock in that finishing spot and getting some points. So I think we're going to start to see some drivers be a little bit more aggressive than they have been in the heats.
Well, let's go through that starting lineup. Starting 17th, the number 07 machine, it's going to be Greg Berryhill. Starting 16th in the number 8, it's Aiden Thornberry. 15th in the number 81, it's Matt Vitafer. Starting 14th, the number 116, it is Zach Smith. 13th, the number 55 of Kyle Smith. In 12th, the number 7 car of Preston Cottrell. Number 11, the 151 of Trent Curtis. Starting 10th in the number 04 machine, it's going to be Mason Heimbaum. And starting 9th in the number 38 car, it's going to be Vince Guerrieri. Starting 8th in the 91, it's the defending champion, the Grim Reaper, Matt Grimm. Is that what we call him? I don't know.
Yes, sir. The Grim Reaper.
The Grim Reaper. Starting 7th in the number 42 machine, it's going to be Kenan Lunenberger. Starting 6th in the number 14, it's Seth Gregory. Starting 5th in the number 93 car, it's Kyle Dersham. Starting 4th in the number 17 car, two-time defending winner on the season, it's Lockie Phillips. Starting 3rd in the number 10 machine, it's Henry Finson. Starting 2nd with a best season start so far, it's going to be Joseph Truskowski in the number 412. And on the pole tonight in the number 99 machine, it's going to be Gavin Chapman. 1 to go this time by.
I'm glad to see the Grim Reaper. It's been a while since I got to broadcast for this league, but man, we got to, Nathan, you and I give him that old nickname, the Grim Reaper, so maybe we'll see him do something here.
We'll see.
Yeah, hope so.
Green flag in the air. We're racing in the feature. Oh, already trouble in the back. It's like it's the 17 car. Caution's out.
Like they're all just kind of fighting there for that middle/high groove, and 17 car kind of paid the price. I think there's actually another car further back that paid a bigger price, but 17 car and the was it 10 car of Henry Finson?
Might have been someone else.
Yeah, like we said, chaos ensues early. I mean, you got to strike fast to get those positions there. Ooh, they really wadded it up there at the back, but kept it straight though.
Still trying to find who this was.
I'm not sure.
A little further up here.
Well, it's good on everybody behind that wreck to miss the slow car in the middle of the track there. Good car control from everybody.
Something I did notice is the leader put his right rear right up against the fence as soon as it went green. So
yeah, it looks like the 17 car had just lost it there.
looks like they're electing to extend the caution a little bit. Looks like they're having some trouble getting the cars all gridded up. So
good news for everybody though is still on lap 1 here, still 50 to go, and as we get another extended yellow just to make sure everyone's good to go. But I don't think there's really, I mean, I couldn't really see any, maybe it's just on my end, but I didn't really see any damage. So I mean, while losing that much track position sucks on a wreck, it's not impossible for a wrecked car to come back through the field, especially with 50 laps.
Simple spin, never hurt nobody. Like,
yeah, especially with these cars, you just got to worry about wing damage and suspension damage. So, I mean, as long as there's no, tie rods being bent or anything like that, he should be good to go.
1 to go right here. Pace car is getting ready to pull in. And yeah, on a short track like this, I mean, the contact is a little more sustainable here. as they're on the high side, and we're back to racing.
Excellent launch by our leader here. He's right up against the fence, coming out of turn 2. Looks like our second place, Mr. Vincent can't really hold on, but it looks like we're gonna have a battle for second here.
Seth Gregory here ripping the top in P5, just looking ahead of him, seeing absolute chaos.
Trouble.
The fight for second was 3 cars, and we got caution flag back out. A couple laps under our belts.
Potentially Matt Grimm. Let's take a look.
Yeah, it looked like Grimm lost a lot of track position there. See what happened.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit further ahead of him, but let's see if Matt got any contact from it.
Yep, just a little bit of contact from Vitafer right there.
And it looks like he had to
maybe
had to check up just a hair to keep from getting into the car in front of him, and 81 wasn't aware of that and got into him a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Definitely possible.
Yeah, nothing looks too crazy bad though, which is good news for everybody involved. But yeah, again, another one of those track position deals where it does suck, but you know, there's so much time left. You know, nobody's truly out of this thing yet.
Gonna be a long race here.
Just to keep in mind, we do have 2 fast repairs with this series, so you know, if you do get something like suspension damage or anything that matter gets messed up, you can come into the pits and get your fast repair done. You don't lose any laps because laps don't count under yellow. But here we go.
That's gonna help as we're back to racing. Leader with a big jump, Gavin Chapman. As Henry Fence has been working that bottom the past couple of restarts, if he can just get some green flag racing, he might be a threat here.
Yeah, Seth Gregory in the wall. They're bad in 1 and 2 on the start, but able to collect it up and immediately put the pressure back on for 5th again.
Henry Fenson is not on the fence right now. He is right on the bottom of the racetrack, really trying to make that work, but he cannot get by as of yet. But here comes Lockie Phillips, too.
A little further back here, Zach Smith at 3 wide. It looks like Zach able to hold the top and just hold the 2 guys underneath him down, and now able to kind of clear out, start making some moves up through the field.
Fenson has gotten by for the second position, just barely though, as Truskowski is really hanging on the top here. What can Fenson do for these leaders here?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, you got cars fighting like hell behind you, and
Caution is out.
The yellow. Yeah, they fought a little too hard, it seems. But I thought Fenson was running some good lines. You know, really, I think once he kind of got clear of Lockie Phillips and crew, I think he was starting to run some good laps. I don't know if he was quite chasing down the leader, but you know, I think he had the right mindset. Right, once you get clear of the danger, just lock in and do what you can.
This might be an unpopular opinion, but I think the 17 of Phillips, I really liked what he was doing there. Just seemed to get a little bottled up, but he looked really fast.
Yeah, he definitely looked like he carried good speed. I think it was just a matter of not really having the room around him to make the most of the track. It was, you know, he did it for what the space he had. He had really good speed.
Oh.
So I think, we got big contact there with Matt Grimm.
Matt Grimm just got some contact from Barry Hill. And I'm going to tell you guys, Matt Grimm is not having a Matt Grimm season. He has had it rough. Was battling for the lead in Knoxville and got fenced by Lockie Phillips for that win. It was a little bit controversial. Had a rough run at Eldora as well. Got caught up in some mess, and it's been a tough season so far.
Damn, we're talking about our past season champion here.
Defending champion. That's right. Back to racing here. Gavin Chapman still your leader. Henry Fenton has made his way to second. Lockie Phillips now in third.
Oh, big move from Seth Gregory. Gonna push Lockie Phillips out of the way. I don't know if we're gonna see another yellow or not, but
green so far.
Huge move from.
There it is.
There's the yellow.
Oh wow, monster jump by Gavin there, and looks like Vincent caught up to him very quick. So I think we're gonna see a pretty good race for the lead here.
we'll see. As soon as we go back green, but let's see what happened
See some
here.
of that contact with Seth Gregory and Lockie Phillips has looked like Seth. I mean, he had a really good restart, really good run into one, and I think just kind of took a little bit too much. But actually, what brought out the yellow was a little bit further back with Trent Curtis.
Yeah, I think he took the sponsorship a little bit too seriously. You know, his wing says "bust your nuts," and he took that to literal.
Oh no, it wasn't with Trent Curtis. It was just a hair further back, but yeah, they just they kind of sent it both in there, fighting for the same exact track position.
Yeah, Matt Wiedefer, he gets up into the inside tire barrier just a little bit, gets into Zach Smith. Oh, and just gets T-boned by whoever that was.
I can hear the race controls getting a little frustrated with the field here and all the yellows. They want to see some green flag racing as much as you guys do out there watching. Again, thanks for watching. And as always, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel.
Amen. Green flag racing once again.
No, it's a monster jump from Gavin.
Slow launch there from Lockie Phillips as P2. Fenson has a absolute tough start there in the 1-2. Really slow there through 1 and 2.
And caution is back out.
Yeah, it looked like I think I saw a car end up in the fence there in 1 and 2. I think it was see as we see him come back up through the field.
Oh.
Looks like Heimbaugh just sent it a little too hard, trying to keep up with the cars on the inside of Seth Gregory and Lockie Phillips and everybody. And
yep.
so you have to take that faster pair.
Oh, just got bit by the berm. Yep, that'll do it.
And for those who've never driven any of these cars on iRacing, that is very easy to do. These guys are incredibly talented. You know, these cars are very powerful, and you get up there to send it on the top, and you hop that cushion. That's so easy to do. I can't stress that enough.
Yes, indeed. Definitely couldn't be doing this. Well, we'll
controls, handing out some stuff just to remind some guys that, hey, you know, car in front of you stopped. Doesn't necessarily mean you can go.
Right.
Because, trying to prevent some checkups here.
Let's try it again. Green flag back in the air. As Henry Fenson working that bottom of the racetrack for the lead. Not going to be able to get it this time. Challenge from Lockie Phelps for the second position.
Oh, Fenson just jumped over the tire barrier. Good on everybody to avoid him so far.
New second place. It's Lockie Phillips. Can he go 3 in a row in the 2026 season?
Yeah, I was just talking about him about 3 yellows ago. I said I love the way his car looked. I mean, he seems to be powering through the field. He just got a little bottled up a few runs ago, but I think there's going to be a run for the lead here in just a few laps.
Seems like he's running where no one else is at. Running that middle of the racetrack. It seems like it's been 2 extremes so far, but he has really just made whatever piece of land work for him.
They kind of just looking to take chunks out of the leader here and just starting to put pressure on him. I mean, they're both kind of, you know, they're both in fairly clean air, just kind of starting to lock in. Lockie a little slow off that corner last time, but both these guys are, you know, pressure's on here. Oh, Lockie in the fence pretty hard.
Big time in the fence. As new second place, it's going to be Seth Gregory.
Loses 2 spots there, yeah. Now we got a 3-way battle for second.
Seth Gregory with the new second position. He's making that top side work big time.
Yeah, he looks exactly like a rocket going down the straightaway.
That is exactly what Gavin Chatham wants to see in his mirror. If they have mirrors, virtual mirrors, if you will.
Don't think they do.
Yeah, is just to see the guys, or at least hear from somebody and realize, hey, the only car I can hear is mine, which is a good thing when you're out in front.
Gavin Chapman, the leader. Seth Gregory, second. Henry Fenson, third. Lockie Phillips, fourth. Vince Guerrieri in fifth. Kyle Smith, sixth. Matt Grimm, seventh. Trent Curtis, eighth. Kyle Dershowitz, ninth. Matt Wiedefer, 10th, as the caution is back out.
So you got a car upside down out of 4. Couldn't tell exactly who that was. It looked to be possibly Heimbaugh again. I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like it was Heimbaugh. He's back. He had to tow back to the pits.
I wasn't gonna make too many assumptions, but I was watching the score chart here. It looked like Seth Gregory was catching him by about a tenth a lap, so
Yeah.
might see some good racing here, fellas. Y'all stay tuned. This is gonna be good.
Yep, it was Mason Heimbaum once again.
Looks like it's been pretty tough for Gavin to pull away in the lead.
Oh.
I mean, it's kind of opposite to what we saw on the. Oh, that's a rough hit and a roll.
Big tumble for
Off
Mason
the wing
Heimbaum
and
there.
everything.
Just hope Heimbacher's okay.
That's right.
I hope so. Big tumble for that machine.
Yeah, Gavin kind of shocking me. I mean, he would have been my kind of pick to win it. At least he looked pretty strong in the heats, had the top qualifying time, but so far really hasn't been able to pull away and establish a big enough gap to where, you know, these guys like Seth Gregory, Lockie Phillips, they've been able to close back up on him. You know, even Henry Finson been able to get back to him. So see what happens.
Green flag back in the air. As we're working lap 23 of 50. Big slide by Seth Gregory there. And what you just mentioned there, he might be coming for Gavin Chapman.
Yeah, Fenson's not gonna let him off easy with the slow run out of the corner from Seth Gregory. As Fenson's gonna go on offense on the bottom, trying to make it work for P2.
Big time battle. Oh, they wreck.
Big wreck out of
Count of
four.
4.
And Fenson just fenced him.
Wanted the best. You got him for a breath. I mean,
Been waiting to say that one.
yeah, I didn't get to do that before the race. I should have done it.
I think in that case, the crowd had Seth Gregory in their chest. They cleared the catch fence on that one. I don't know if he left the track or not, but yeah, tight battle there out of 4 between Henry Finson and Seth Gregory. It sounded like Finson was trying to back out of it, knew he wasn't leaving a lot of room out there for his competitor, but he
Oh,
was just
yeah.
too little, too late.
Just not a lot of room there. Tight corners here with at Limaland. Not a big racetrack. And looks like Seth Gregory is going to go USAC racing without that wing.
Definitely. I do know from racing in a handful of different series at this track, it is very hard to keep it off the wall on exit. And I'm not saying just like hitting the wall, but it is very hard to run like a lane off the wall, if you will. So it's what just happened is a common thing in all the series that I've seen.
Treacherous racetrack for sure. As we are back to racing. Apologies on that.
Yeah, it looks like Finson's here is making a run for the lead here. He's catching the leader after a big jump from Gavin, like always. I mean, he's got the restarts down, and we might have a race on the back straightaway.
Top of the racetrack really coming in right here as Henry Finson is charging, as is Lockie Phillips. Going to be a big battle for the lead here with over halfway to go as Finson is in the wall.
Finson in the wall. Able to save it, though. No damage, and opens the door maybe for Lockie Phillips, trying to take an alternative line to these leaders. Yeah, I mean, it seems like for the most part, these leaders just falling in love with the top here, just trying to keep the momentum up. But so far, pretty good gap between the top 3. It's like Fenson still trying to make up some ground here on the leader, Gavin.
Yeah, waiting to see if maybe this top line starts to wear out and you start seeing some people maybe try out the middle to bottom lanes and see what happens. But right now, we've got Henry Finson.
Caution.
As the yellow comes back out.
Oh, no, Lockie Phillips.
Oh, Lockie Phillips.
Man.
I don't know. It's a big hit, but
Was that Seth Gregory?
Not seeing it. It may have been. Yeah, it's just a car with no wing. I don't know if Seth was able to get back to the pits on the last caution and repair that wing on top, but that car definitely did not have one.
It was Seth Gregory.
Now, but my boy is in P4 right now.
Oh, he just gets into the wall too much. Got a little over aggressive. Tumbles and tough break for him. But then right here, Lockie Phillips, oh man, just gets that contact. That is detrimental to his race. We'll see if he can carry on.
Yeah, it looks like Lockie's going to stay out, though, as I don't really see any damage on him. So I think he caught a big break there by not having to go to the pits and use a fast repair.
Good on him. We'll see what he can do here.
I just want to point out, after what you are saying at the season that the 91 of Matt Grimm has had, He is sitting in P4 right
Look
now.
at him. There he is.
With all the attrition that's happened in the top 2 to 5 positions, I mean, pretty good night for him. Shaping up to be a good race.
Can't keep a dead man down. That's what the Grim Reaper is.
That's right. I think it's going to be, as long as he can survive, which so far I think he's only been involved in one incident, and he's been, like we said, he's been able to work his way back to fourth. So if he can just figure out how to keep the car clean, I mean, he could be in for a podium very easily.
We're only 60% through this race, though. This is going to be a long one here.
I've seen a lot in the first 60% so far. I've seen some really good racing up front, even in the mid pack. A lot of really dangerous but brilliant moves as they worked out. But looks like they're gonna go 1 to green now. Field bunches up.
Down the back straightaway once again. Oh man, I think Fenson's going to make a big move here as the pace car is off. Chapman's probably going to get a big jump here. He does, and we're back to racing.
Benson with a pretty good launch there. Lockie Phillips, not the best launch, but Matt Grimm right behind him, not letting him breathe at all as the top two kind of pull away just a hair.
Yeah, I'm starting to see Fenton starting to figure out these restarts that Gavin's doing. I think he's maybe doing the same thing every time, and Fenson's starting to figure it out because he's not jumping away from Fenton as much as he was at the beginning of the race, and he's right on his tail right now.
Looking like Darlington Raceway out there with how close they are to that fence. Ripping around the top. Henry Fenton is right there. He's going to go to the bottom of the racetrack. Oh no! Hits into the barrier.
Oh no!
Oh no! Man.
Fenton.
Well, they can know what the caution's for.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there.
That is unfortunate. Like we've seen with other wrecks, and like we talked about in the pre-race. I mean, it's those little tires down towards the bottom of the track. I mean, you catch them just even a little bit, and you see what happens.
Let's ride along with them. Oh, big slider. Very aggressive slider.
A good job on the rest of the field to notice the danger and not get themselves caught up. And I thought the leader, Gavin, was going to get caught up when he popped off the fence.
I did too. Just goes way to the bottom and just doesn't realize that that tire's there.
Hey Davis, I just sent you a message if you're able to look at it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think he just misjudged his entry a little bit. So back to the pits for Henry Fenton as he gets some damage repaired.
Well, that shakes up things.
Yeah, Lockie Phillips back in second. I think they're right the lap before that. I did see Matt Grimm get into the wall, but able to hang on to what's now P3 after Fenson's wreck. A good recovery from that because it looked like he was into the wall pretty hard on the right side. Definitely lost a lot of momentum, but I think that caution kind of saved him.
Yeah, I think so. Very interesting top three here.
Well, if you're hanging out in the YouTube chat, be sure to put your predictions on who you think is going to win this race. It's been wild so far. We're going to come green here with about 16 to 17 laps to go.
Let us know because we sure don't know who's going to win this thing.
I have no idea.
Green flag back in the air.
Lockie Phillips not quite as in tune on the jump as we saw with Henry Fenton. So Gavin Chatham going to be able to pull away a little bit.
Gavin took a little bit of a different approach there on that restart. We got Matt Grimm in P3 and also Lockie Phillips ripping that top side right up against that outside retaining wall. Let's see if he can catch up here to the leader.
And let's see what he could do with the rear end of the race car. That's probably got some damage in. Big contact in that.
Big wreck.
Oh, my.
That answers the question.
Big wreck there with Grimm and Phillips.
Is that a little bit of retaliation? You said these two fellows had a little bit of a scuffle last week.
Might have been just a little. I think that car was just not handled well for Lockie there.
Yeah, it looked like Lockie got a little push to the right. Like it looked like he was steering hard right on the straightaway just to try to save the car as he got really been out of shape out of turn 4.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, now that I see it again, I don't think that's retaliation, just hard racing. I think, like you said, Nathan, I think he was a little bit out of shape coming out of 4, and Matt Grimm didn't really suspect that he was going to close that quickly. And like I said, these cars are hard to drive, and it's hard to get around something like that.
for sure. Yeah, it's just hard racing, hard driving by Lockie Phillips too with that machine.
Well, may not be how he expected it, but defending champ is back in second. I mean, I liked the line that, I mean, I think Phillips and Grimm were, obviously running the same line because when Phillips got out of shape, Grimm got in the back of him. But I like the line they were running. It looked like Gavin had kind of just trying to really drive a little too cautiously there, in my opinion. He was kind of just a couple more lanes off the wall than, we've seen him so far.
Caution is still back out.
Definitely.
I think we're still on the 1 to go. This is not a different caution, but we got to extend it a little bit late here, and I guess we're going to go green this time by. Yep, we will.
And now we have Vince. I'm not going to try to pronounce that last name. And so instead of SVG, I'm just going to say VG is in P3 now.
Hey, I like that. Backdoor racing.
Oh, multiple cars in the wall. We got one up in the catch fence.
Caution back out.
We'll say it looked like Grimm had a pretty good launch there in second.
He did.
VG with a pretty decent launch, I think. I mean, I respect it for not trying to send it too hard and, ended up in the catch fence as well. I think he's just kind of feeling out, being this far up for the first time in this feature, just kind of feeling out, what are these leaders doing? When are they going? What line are they taking? So
looks like it was Dersham that got into the wall there. Yep.
Oh.
Just gets into it a little too high, and that's just a common theme right now. It just seems like that top groove is just where you got to be, but it's just so treacherous, a treacherous place to be at the same time.
It's an absolute game of inches up there. I mean, when we're seeing these leaders, I mean, they are leaving quite literally millimeters from the wall between their right rear tire and the start of the wall. So it is as close as you could be to carry as much speed as possible. And I mean, we've seen multiple cars so far pay the price for that tonight.
It is indeed. And, I kind of want to pay attention to where these guys are pacing right now. A big thing in dirt racing is, you can kind of work a groove in a little bit, even under caution. These guys are running in the middle of the racetrack right now. I don't know if that means they want to try to use it, if they want people to not use it. But just from my perspective, I think there's some strategy going on.
Also, something they do is to cool them tires down. They can either run up in the cushion up there, which there is not much left, so they'll use that to cool their tires. So go in a lane where the mud is not as warm per se. Try to cool them tires off a little bit.
Got to be super hot.
Yeah, kind of kills two birds with one stone there, right? You're wearing in a lane, but you're also cooling the tires. So good on these drivers for kind of recognizing that under these pace laps.
Well, pace car is going to stay out just a little bit longer as we let Kyle Dersham try to rejoin the field. We'll get 1 to go this time by as he drops to the back of the pack. Sorry, still 2 to go. It is Chapman, your leader, Grimm second, VG in third, Vita for fourth, Curtis fifth, Dersham sixth, Barry Hill in seventh, Cottrell 8th, Heimbaum 9th, and Finson back to 10th as we are back to racing.
Nope. Yeah, one more lap. One more lap.
Extended again. I think Kyle is still trying to catch the back of the field.
Well, this pace car driver is getting a workout. They've been back and forth between the pits and the racetrack just under this one yellow flag condition.
Yeah, I'm not sure Mr. Bodine's doing this one. He might have quit by now.
I know I would have. Now back to racing.
Now we're green.
With 13 laps to go, Matt Grimm finally in the position he's wanted to be in all day in second. What's he going to be able to do with Gavin Chapman? Big battles out in the back.
Yeah, look at this battle in the top three. All three of them ripping the top. I mean, Grimm and VG able to get a lot closer to that wall and, you know, taking that extra risk that we don't really see with Gavin. Gavin's sliding up a lot through the middle of the corner, sacrificing a lot of speed there.
Gavin is really trying to be conservative, and I don't think it's working for him, because here comes Matt Grimm ripping the top of the racetrack, trying to take advantage of the cautious nature that Gavin Chapman is running. Now Chapman goes to the top of the racetrack. VG to the top as well. They are ripping this thing with 9 laps to go.
They absolutely are. And I noticed Matt Grimm, the first couple laps was a little bit loose coming out of turn 4, a little bit too sideways coming out, but now making a move for the lead. The yellow is back out right where the Grim Reaper wanted to be, and the yellow comes back out.
He was all the way up on the back of Gavin for the lead. I was expecting to see maybe a slider thrown maybe a lap or two ago. He might have just been waiting for it. We probably could have seen it in that next lap or two, but Matt Grimm, I think that was a big confidence boost for Matt Grimm, though. And if I'm Gavin, man, that's, you know, you see 2 cars behind you that are running pretty good laps in the same spot, you know, the track you are at. It's kind of frightening.
Oh.
Yeah, if I'm the leader, I'm praying for more yellows, because he's got the restarts figured out, and you know, after about 4 or 5, he seems to be losing a little bit of pace here. So if I'm him, I'm wanting it to run about 3 laps and another yellow, and then another 3 and another yellow, and maybe he could seal this thing up. But it looks like we're gonna have about 8 laps to go on the restart, so maybe it'll stay green and we'll see a battle for the lead here.
Looks like it's our front row starter, the 412 of Justin Truskowski. That was the caution this period. Just gets a little spun sideways and gets some contact from Preston Cottrell.
This sent it a little too hard on the entry. Looks like he's going to go back to the pits, get some damage repaired. Something I want to see here out of Vince is just be a little more cool, calm, and collected. I think that last restart he got ahead of himself and got kind of out of shape out of some of these corners at the start, lost him some ground. I think he's got the pace to put some pressure on the two front runners.
We'll see what happens here as we are green once again with just 8 laps to go.
Matthew Grimm with a little bit of a slower start here, but let's see if we can run back down the leader of Gavin Chatham. He's ripping that top side again.
Yeah, Gavin Chatham taking the middle here, which is just allowing everybody else. We see a huge slide job for third. It's going to stick.
The caution's back out.
Although, I don't know if he got the move done before the caution came out. Henry Fenson back up. It looked like he made up a lot of ground on that, just a couple laps there. Let's see, he's being scored 4th right now, so a big run back through the field for Henry Fenson. I mean, we saw the pace early on from him, so he's back in the fight. It's only a couple laps to go.
Going to try to find the caution here as not sure where this was at. Oh, now I think I know. Oh. Yep.
Oh. Yeah, you hate it for the car on the inside there, 17. I mean, really nowhere to go when 2 cars were just trying to get separated coming out of turn 4. Good wreck avoidance by, you know, good kind of cautiousness by those 2 cars, but unfortunately caught Lockie Phillips. Really nowhere for him to go. It's a tough break for a guy that's had so much pace tonight. Pace car is in, though.
Once again, can Matt the Grim Reaper make a move on the leader? So we're back underway. We got about 6 laps to go. The Grim Reaper has a good corner through 1 and 2.
Launch out of 2.
He's there. He's going to make that top side work, get a huge run on the 99 of Gavin Chapman. 5 laps to go. Here comes Fenson as well.
Fenson looking for third. It looks like it's going to make it stick. He's had really good success on the bottom here, although lost a lot of speed there through 3 and 4. But here comes Matt Grimm looking for a slide job.
Chapman into the wall. Here comes Matt Grimm on the bottom of the racetrack. Chapman's going to hang on for just a little bit longer. 3 laps to go this time by. He hangs on, but here comes Matt Grimm.
Matt Grimm still ripping the top there. Not going to let Gavin get away. Just a couple laps left. Also, Henry Fenson making a run on both of these top 2 as he's up there on the top with Matt Grimm.
2 to go. Here comes Matt Grimm to the bottom of the racetrack. Going to pull a big slider on Gavin Chapman. Can he make it stick? He does. New leader. It's Matt Grimm. White flag
Instantly,
this time by.
Gavin instantly Gavin going for the blow side again, not going to get it to work. Henry Finson also looking low.
Matt Grimm in the
Matt Grimm in the wall. Henry Finson takes the lead.
Finson is back.
Oh,
he spins. Oh my gosh!
Oh, it's Big Wreck.
And it's gonna be.
He's gonna win the race.
VG.
Vince
VG
Gary
wins.
just comes out of nowhere to win
Oh,
at
my.
Limaland.
Oh, what have we just seen?
Holy cow!
Okay, let's take a look back at that 3 and 4 on the white flag.
We're gonna have to.
Wow.
That
might
will be
I-
Mr. VG's first win in the TCR Sprint Car Series.
It
What a way
absolutely
to win it
was.
too. I mean, he was perfect in just racing his race and staying calm. And that's all he needed to do to win this thing. Which, I mean, sometimes it's good to be lucky. I'd rather be lucky than good. But I think tonight VG was really strong. I mean, it was a good run for Vince. He was in around third and fourth for a good bit of that race and comes away with the victory. As we take a look at what happened out of 3 and 4 that last time, I mean, out of 2, it looked like Matt Grimm had this thing locked up.
So Matt Grimm gets the slider done on the 99 coming to the white flag. Another slider was pulled as
Yeah, it looked
Gosh.
like the 99 Gavin.
and Finson, takes advantage of the two guys getting together, but then they all get together, and then there went Vince Guerrieri to take the win.
Wow, unbelievable! It's great racing there at the end. I mean, you can point fingers at any of those top 3 there, but at the end of the day, man, it's white flag. Anything goes. It's time to let it rip and see who's going to be brave enough to really stick the nose in there and make it work.
Let's
So
talk
I
to
think
him.
we can just see that happens.
He's right here. Vince Guerrieri, first of all, we have no idea how to pronounce your name. We do apologize for that. But holy cow, walk us through whatever just happened there.
Yeah, man. It's Guerrieri, but really
Guerrieri.
appreciate it. Yeah, no problem. Really appreciate it. I just tried to keep the nose clean the whole time and ended up losing third there towards the end at the last run, and then saw that they were all going low, so shot it high, and it all just kind of worked out. To be honest, I thought I lagged out coming to the line because everyone disappeared, but all ended up working out for us.
Yeah, man, congratulations. I didn't know how to pronounce your last name, so I just started calling you, instead of SVG, I called you VG. But, man, that was wild. We thought that, we had Matt Grimm, we had Gavin Chatham there, and then we thought one of the two was going to win. And then, all of a sudden they get it wadded up going into 3, and you take the win home. Did you think you had any shot there on that last restart?
No, absolutely not. I saw the 10 or whoever it was had a good run on the low line there, and I tried it once he got around me, and just not what I was working with. So I just figured if we had a shot, we'd run high and hope they would get into each other at least a little bit, and it all ended up working out.
Vince, I was riding on board with you a good bit of tonight. I kept calling you out, and I mean, it sounded like from what you said to Davis, you did exactly what I would have done in your position, right? What we were thinking up here, it's not quite as hot up here in the booth as it is in the cars with the heartbeat racing fast. You kept it cool, calm, and collected all race, like you said, just kept your nose clean. I just got to know, man, how does it feel to now join the group of TCR Sprint Car Series winners?
Feels great, man. This is our second year on board, me and my teammate Ken, and this is his first race for this season. He was out traveling, but we actually had some time to dial in some laps, so felt a little bit more comfortable in the car this time around. But no, really excited, really happy to get the team's first win.
I gotta ask him one more question.
Yeah, go for it. Sorry.
Me and Nathan used to do this when we broadcasted for this league in Grease Car. I gotta ask you a weird question. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Depending on the pizza, yes, 100%.
Wow, I've never gotten a 50-50 answer. That's crazy. Well, congrats.
More like a 90-10, but yeah, I would say majority of the time.
Okay, all right.
Vince, is anybody you want to thank for your run tonight?
Yeah, just want to thank the Lord, my buddy Cannon for always dialing stuff in with me, and obviously Trent for putting it on, and you guys for announcing. It's always a good time here. We got a lot of good guys, so it's always fun.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, great win. And listen, don't let anybody take this one away from you. Sometimes the best ability you can have is availability. So great win, great run, and we'll see you next week.
Congrats,
Yes,
man.
sir. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
That is Vince Gieri. Sorry. What is it?
Guerreri.
Guerreri.
But you know what? G's
Guerreri.
good. G's good.
Well, we're going to get it right. Vince.
Yeah, we're calling it now VG. He's SVG without the S.
I like it. I like it. Appreciate it, guys.
That is Vince. Your winner tonight, as we'll get with the rest of the group here. Let's talk to, it's like, who even finished second? Seth Gregory. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't even remember who finished second here. Yeah, let's talk to Seth Gregory. Seth, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
All right, man. So, I can't even remember where you were at in that whole deal. You walk us through it.
I have no idea. They were racing hard, and someone ended up junking everyone, I guess. I honestly have no idea what happened, and then I was just there to capitalize, but I kind of got screwed there in the beginning. I tried to tub a slider that I shouldn't have tried to tub and flipped myself out of second. Then drove from the back, and it was so chaotic. I didn't know what to do, but somehow from them making that mistake, I ended up getting second.
Yes, that's so. I mean, for the viewers, let's lay it out here. I mean, I've been talking about how hard these cars are to drive, and you said you threw a slider early that maybe didn't work, because I did notice you up front. We were talking about you earlier. Tell us how hard it is to go back through the field, especially with all the yellows. Like, if you don't know, if you're watching with dirt racing, caution laps don't count. So if you make a pass and don't complete the lap, you go back to the position that you were in before. So walk us through how hard it was to walk through the field and get back to that position to finish in P2.
Yeah, it's really hard. You gotta. It starts really hurt you, and at least for me, it's been my luck. Like last week, went to take the lead multiple times. Yellow kept coming out every time I had a chance to pass him, or every time I got around him, and the same thing was happening through this field too. So it was pretty much the same thing, and then it just everyone was all over the place, especially when the track's dry and slick. It's so much harder to run these cars because it's 950 some horsepower around a really small track, and it's really slick. So
For
it's
sure.
hard to put all that power down. Me and a couple other of these guys who were racing up front, we actually detuned our motors more because there's engine restrictors on the sim, so you're able to actually restrict it. So the less power,
Right.
we were able to give it more gas and be quicker than some of these guys who are racing in the back. They were just trying to floor it and not really go anywhere.
Right, throttle control is definitely key at something like this.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier when you restrict the motor.
And
Seth,
that's
that
something.
was-
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, Seth, I was right on board with you there. I think during the slider, and it was quite a wild ride. What I wanted to ask you was, I aside from that slider, I saw you make a couple of really aggressive moves. I thought they were really smart moves. I didn't, I don't mean that in any bad way. I thought it was smart because you had to cut your way through the field, right? You went to the back, you got to get back. Talk me through kind of some of the different lines, because I mean, up front, when it was the top 3, top 4, it looked like that they were really liking that right against the wall, but we did see some people kind of in the midfield, even when there wasn't a lot of battling, start to think about the middle, start to think about the bottom. Walk me through kind of what the thought process was around this place.
Yeah, I mean, I had to go where they weren't, so you kind of got to do what you got to do to go through the field. So I started searching around a lot more to try and find some grip, and just to try to get around them without wasting too much time. Like there was a one point where I did like a 2 or 3 car slider just because I knew I had to go with only about 15 laps or so left. And, you're not here to make friends. You're here to try and win. So you got to do what you got to do sometimes. But it was really clean, actually. So it ended up working out.
Huge effort for you tonight, from the front to the back to the front. Anybody you want to thank for it tonight?
Oh, yeah. I got to thank Raise the Bar. They got the best setups out there. Logan Trimmer Racing. Metcalf Media, everyone who helps me out on this thing, TCR for hosting all these and putting up the show, you guys for broadcasting it, and yeah.
Well, Nathan, do you have a strange question to ask him?
I guess we'll just stick to the one tonight because I wasn't ready to be put on the spot. So we asked our winner Vince Seth if he think pineapple belonged on pizza. What are your thoughts?
I don't think so. I do not think.
Oh!
My man.
Different opinion than Vince was 90-10 split on it, with 90 being yes. So I like the different answers, the variety here.
Yeah, I think if pineapple's on pizza, you can't be trusted.
Yeah, I kind of agree, but honestly, I shouldn't knock it because I never tried it. So.
Well, we do know somebody that says don't knock it till you try it. So, I mean, hey, congrats on the P2 tonight, man.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Seth Gregory, your runner-up. And let's get to our third place finisher, who might have the biggest story to tell here.
Absolutely.
Henry, you got us.
Yeah, gotcha. How you going?
Hey, we're good. How are you doing after all that?
Oh, worn out, confused.
Yeah. Listen, it looks like there was some contact there going into 3. It looks like you got the lead very late. You took advantage of Grimm and Chapman getting in together a little bit. You got by those guys pretty cleanly, and then just chaos broke after that. Walk us through it.
Yeah, I just saw they were just following each other and they were close, so I figured I'd just try to do something else. Went back to the bottom. 3 and 4 was really hard to run, just trying to keep the car down there, but I got it right for a couple laps. Matt threw the bomb on. I just blanked out. Sorry, threw the. Yes, I just sort of came up next to him and I was like, okay, this might work here. I went to the bottom 3 and 4, missed it. Had to do some weird throttle on the straight. And then on the last lap, I probably was a bit too cautious and rolled in a bit slow. And I think Gavin was trying to avoid not getting run up the back of, and in turn got up the back of me. So it's just unfortunate. I probably would have spun out and been facing backwards if Matt didn't come in there as well. So I'm probably lucky to get third in the end.
Well, I gotta ask you. There's so many stories for you tonight. At one point, I thought you had it. You were very fast tonight. But I wanted to ask. I'm pretty sure that you and Lockie Phillips are teammates, correct?
Yeah.
So just walk us through how hard that is to find the line of aggressiveness and being cautious around your teammate, because both of y'all were, in around the P2, P3 position a lot of the night. You just walk us through how hard that is to race your teammate, but put your eyes on the prize and go for the lead at the same time.
Yeah, it's a balance. Like it's pretty tough. Like the good thing is he's really good at ripping the top, and I'm pretty good at ripping the bottom. So a lot of the time we just run side by side without too much issue. But when the track goes to the top, I normally try and file in behind him, and if the track goes to the bottom, normally he tries to file in behind me, and we just sort of work together. But then you get some races where I'm in front of him on the top or he's in front of me on the bottom, and we sort of just yell at each other in Discord a bit. We either get past or change the lines and sort of push on. But it's good, it can help when there's a few cars between us and you go, oh, someone's catching you on the bottom, or they change their lineup and you're like, oh, okay, I've got to do something. It's really handy when you're out there in front. But no, it's good fun running with him. We got a few other boys in the team who run with us, not in this one, but a couple of other leagues, and it's always good fun just to get everyone together and try not to kill each other, but also try and race each other just as hard.
Yeah, Henry,
that's awesome.
like Logan said, that we saw both you and Lockie Phillips up towards the top 3. For one of you was in the top 3 for most of the race, for what it seemed. Both had really good pace. I really liked you. I mean, like you said, you were an absolute menace on the bottom, just ripping. I mean, it looked like you wouldn't be able to carry too much speed out, and you shot out of a cannon out of the corner. Just really good pace from you tonight. But one thing I wanted to know, right? Because we saw you go for the lead. It looked like it was going to stick. and then it just caught that tire. And I mean, with something like that, it's unfortunate. It's dejecting. It's any series, right? Any race where you're going for the lead and then you find yourself in the back. Just walk me through kind of like how you kind of mentally reset to be able to get back up into third, or I mean, really have a shot for the win there into 3 and 4, right? The time between the slider gone wrong and the last lap, walk me through kind of how you locked back in and got your way back up to the front.
Yeah, it took me a sec. The toe was probably a good thing because I just had a second to stop and not do anything and think. But yeah, I was trying to be really patient. I didn't want to rush it on Gavin, and I thought, okay, this is my chance. I'll take it. And then I binned the car, and I thought, oh, I've just blown my chance. So yeah, I think off that restart, I just went to the bottom because I thought I should be able to roll the bottom past a few guys, and everyone went to the top, and I thought, awesome. I passed about 3 cars, and a caution came out. I had to give those spots back. And we went green again. I got back up behind the same car, and a caution came out. I had to go to the back again. And then just slowly picking them off, a couple cars at a time. A few accidents gave me a few spots. And then one restart, a couple guys went for the bottom and bumped, and I went, oh, to hell with it. I'm going for it. Just stuck the bottom, gave it probably too much throttle, but just launched out the other side in P4. And then I was too scared to go to the top at that point, so I was saved by that caution. And then, yeah, I was like, I'll just run the top to keep with these guys, and I couldn't do anything. So I was like, I'll try the bottom again. I got past Vince, and then, yeah, I was pretty happy with third there. I was like, I thought I did well, and then, yeah, obviously opportunity arose. I thought I had it in the bag, and then I was facing backwards. So yeah, it's a lot to sort of comprehend, but come back and try again next week, I guess. Take third and yeah, rebuild.
Absolutely.
Well, anybody you want to thank for your run tonight?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank all the boys at Evolution Sim Sports. Lockie in the Discord. Greg also jumped in Discord tonight just to chat along and help us out. ABR Setup Shop, Greyman Electrical Data, Premium Designs, Cataclysm Computers, Skid Kings, JJ and SC Raceware, iRacing Down Under, Premium Cinematography, Down Under Sim TV. Cheers to the league owners for putting it on for us, and thanks to you guys for the broadcast. Can't wait to watch it back.
I just gotta say, after that, I don't know if you have a piece of paper that you read that off of, but that was impressive if you remembered all that to say.
I've had this list for a while now. I'm starting to memorize it.
That's awesome, man. Congrats on the P3 tonight.
Thanks, guys.
That's Fenson, Henry Fenson, your third place finisher. Well, big night tonight. What'd you say?
Yeah, wow, a lot of really good racing out there. I mean, I know that we did have to sit through some caution laps, people getting laps back, but I mean, I know Davis, you were kind of looking towards the front and the middle pack, but I was kind of bouncing around most of the night, and I mean, even further back, I mean, some of the battles that I was seeing, really good, clean racing. I mean, sometimes 3 or 4 wide, and I mean, you'd think they were fighting for the lead on the last lap with how hard these guys are driving. And I think, Logan, you've said it multiple times earlier, right? I mean, these cars are not easy to drive. I mean, for reference, right, on dirt, car spins in front of you, stomp on the gas, guess what? You're spun out too. Or stomp on the brake, guess what? You're spun out too. It's not like a road car in any sense. And extreme respect for these guys keeping it, as clean as they did. Granted, there's cautions. There's a lot of cautions in this stuff in real life too, for anyone watching at home. So it's a lot of respect to these guys and some great racing.
Yeah, one of the things that I love to do when I get the privilege to broadcast with Davis a few times a year is to watch the leaderboards, right, and watch the delta times between drivers and who's catching who, and I love doing that. Who's building the runs to make the next pass, and I couldn't keep up with it tonight. There were so many fast cars, and unfortunately, we didn't get enough green flag runs to watch a whole lot of that because of all the yellows. But nonetheless, it was a very interesting race, and I'm really looking forward to next week.
I am too. We all are. It's going to be a great one. So, guys, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yep. Have a good one, everyone.
See you later.
Thank y'all for tuning in to Grease Vision, and we will see you next week.